Justice League Unlimited, issue number 4. That's right, folks. Am I the only one who finds it very frustrating that Mark Waid is still making some of the best comic books out there? Like, how is he finding his career resurgence literally writing the main, flagship title at DC? It's crazy. Like, it's easily some of the best work of his career. I feel like he found Dan Mora and is like, this is a guy who draws to my sensibilities and the way modern artists have, crafted a story in DC. It just works to the stuff I want to make. So he's just, been reinvigorated at DC, being like, I can do fun stuff here. It's kind of crazy. I think he's doing an event in the pages of his World's Finest book very soon called, We Are Yesterday or something. It's really exciting. It's kind of annoying. I'm like, how is this still happening? This is why we don't get new voices in comic books, because Mark Waid continues to make the Justice League the best book on shelves. This issue is crazy. It might be the best of the 4 so far. Mainly because it's all about Mr. Terrific and Martian Manhunter. 2 characters who are interesting and are so cool when somebody writes them perfectly. So this issue opens up, and we are seeing, is it Tefe or Teffy? Teffy Holland, the daughter of Alec Holland, who is the former Swamp Thing. Mr. Terrific shows up, is like, hey, I need you to come with me. Congratulations, you're now a member of the Justice League. And she's like, oh no, that's not happening. We'll cut to 10 minutes earlier when we see Mr. Terrific just looking over everything going on. The Amazon rainforest is on fire. We can't evacuate it fast enough. The entire continent is going to go up in flames. Inferno has us locked. Red Tornado, who is the AI system in the Watchtower, is like, what should we do? What's your strategy, Mr. Terrific? He's just like, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? He's like, I don't know. Our back's against the wall here. I'm not sure what we're supposed to do. What the hell is Inferno even? Who are these guys? They want us in this position. We have to start thinking outside of, staying... We have to start thinking outside the box a bit. And Red Tornado goes, maybe a Hail Mary. He's like, maybe. Swamp Thing was the key to this, but if Swamp Thing is down, we have to find something like that. I'd take anybody that we can find of a connection to the green or whatever, like Poison Ivy, but I don't know where she is. Maybe we should stop looking for superpowered individuals then and people who are just civilians. Let's search our database, and maybe we found somebody. Teffy might be the only option we have. So then we cut to the present where we see Teffy's kind of freaking out with her connection to the green, so she has to get involved in everything going on now. Let's take you away from this botanical garden and drop you into the Amazon rainforest that's literally on fire. It is on fire. It is terrifying. We see some heroes trying to, just block stuff from being burned. It's not really working. Diana's trying to, beat up the tower that Inferno dropped. It's not working. Flash and Superman are, trying to save civilians. Nothing's going good. So the Hail Mary plan is Mr. Terrific is going to have Teffy lock into the green. We're going to have all of the magic users we can who are available use their magic, pour it into Teffy so she has just the slightest bit of a bigger chance to do anything. As that's going on, our backup plans include Blue Beetle and one of the challengers of the unknown, just going through things in the Phantom Zone, seeing if there's anything there that they can use. We have a couple of the Flashes going through a magical library, seeing if there's a counter spell they can use. Essentially, we have 2 hours before the entire continent is just covered in flames and destroyed. Is it going to work? It's hard to say. We're going to do our best to figure this out. At the current state of things, it might be working. Teffy is connecting to her powers really well. We got a hold of Aquaman and Airwave, and we see the Flash is hey, there's some reforestation going on, so that's pretty good. But can she hold on to it for long? Is it going to work? It is hard to say. Something is appearing in a weird Kirby-esque crackle in the sky. Is that going to be a deterrent to what's going on over here? Cut back to that, because we're going to head to Egypt, where there's a man on a camel who's going into his little tent, and he gets inside his tent. And who's waiting for him there? It's Batman. He's like, hello, John. Ah, you found me. Of course you did. You're Batman. And again, it's so good. This is how I like both of these characters being written. We always have to have some pathos for Martian Manhunter. He should never be a character who's truly happy. And Batman is arrogant in a way that isn't condescending. He's like, I understand why you came to this situation. You are somebody who's always had connection to your powers, and now that they're gone, you probably feel like you're blind and deaf. Like, you use your brain in a way that you never had to really think about, and now that that's gone, it has just cut you off. The world's so quiet now, there's not enough going on, and you think because you no longer have these strengths or these powers, it makes you vulnerable, and you think something could go wrong when you no longer have like full control of your senses. So you escape to the farthest reaches of this world so no one would find you because you consider yourself a danger. I'm like, yeah, I am a danger. Oh, it's good. It's the best I think both of these characters have been written in a while. And that's saying something. And I am genuinely excited to see what's going to be happening in that new Batman book coming out in September. But this is what I want to see. He's like, you are my friend. And for a long time, we have worked together. We have been in and out of this team for a long time. But in so many ways, John, you are the heart of the Justice League. And we're going to solve this together. Now, that's the last time we see Jean in the book. I don't know if he comes back, because we don't see him. Part of me thinks he's going to go off and do his own thing. I don't know, but it's really strong. I think it's very important that Batman and Martian Manhunter are the two in this situation. Arguably the two most important members of the Justice League, just in terms of like what they do, because they've both been on very different interpretations of the team. Anyways, let's cut back to the rainforest where like the weird Kirby crackle spits out Dr. Occult and he's on fire. And things are not looking good. So that didn't work. Now Occult's on fire. The magic users are burning up. Aquaman is standing with Teffy and is like, I'm going to guess that the place an Aquaman shouldn't be is where there's a big fire. He's like, well, yeah, probably. Then take my hand and come with me for a ride because we're going to head into the green. So I love Aquaman. I've said that. We've had 2 issues of the new Jeremy Adams book. I think it's pretty interesting that in the appearance of Aquaman before this issue, he learns what the blue is, and in this issue, he goes to the green. Just seeing all the colors. Very fun. So Aquaman's with Teffy inside the green, and he's like, this feels weird. It's kind of refreshing to feel this moisture. And she's like, well, you shouldn't like that. That's the tears of the green. It's like literally hurting, and it's calling out because it's nervous. And she's like, look, Levi isn't actually dead. He just like receded deeper into the green to heal again. So let's just go deeper inside to find him. We're now cutting down to like the last hours. We're like 45 minutes away from destruction. We found Levi. He's like all hidden in some weird magic. And that's when like a member of the Inferno shows up and is like, we're guarding him. You can't touch this. You've lost Aquaman. You're literally out of your element, bro. Everything is going bad. They're trying to save all the animals and it's crazy. They're trying to save all the animals in the forest. Will it work? We're getting as much people as we can out of there. We're down to like the last 10 minutes essentially. And because we are in the green, Teffy like connects into Aquaman, uses like all of the trees and the plants that are inside the green, using Aquaman's telepathy to control them and attack the creature of the Inferno that is inside the green so they can break through, rescue Levi. And before, literally like just moments before the entirety of the rainforest is going to blow up, Levi breaks through and we see the green is restored and a big swamp thing emerges from all of like the fire. Just awesome. And it worked. We cut away to see Mr. Terrific just like collapse on the ground like, whoa, whew, that was bad. Like that could have gone bad. And Aquaman's like, well, that was good. Like the transporter will take you wherever you want to go. How can we thank you? And she's like, just lose my number. I don't want to do this again. Okay? Annoying. We then see that the Inferno guy goes back to Inferno, and he's like, the trees? They defeated us by trees? This is stupid. So annoying. The trees beat us? I hate that. What does that even mean? Dumb. Well, I guess we like underestimated the Justice League or something. So we should move on to like our next phase and like double our efforts or whatever. We'll see what happens. Don't forget, we have a man on the inside. Airwave. Or is it? I don't know. It's Airwave. You know it's Airwave. But there's also like Nightwing right next to him. So maybe it's Nightwing. But it's Airwave though. It's definitely Airwave. Or maybe it's Detective Chimp. He's also on that page. Or maybe it's Batman because this last page depicts Batman like screaming at Diana. And I'm like, what? What did that have to do with anything? I don't know. whatever. Is Batman leaving the Justice League? Is that what's happening? Nonetheless, that's where the book ends. No Martian Manhunter in the last couple of pages, so did he return to Bruce, or is he still out there doing his thing? Hard to say. We'll see what happens. This is great. This is great. It looks great. It's well written. A lot of my favorites got stuff to do in this issue, so I think it's going awesome. Just swimmingly, actually. Very happy with what this book is. So, Justice League Unlimited, issue number 4. I am going to give a 9 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And of course, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.